From WLWT, this is Issues.
Hello, welcome to Issues. I'm Jan-Michele Lemon Kearney of SESH Communications and the Cincinnati Herald. We have a lot to talk about today. A little later, Michael's going to talk to some folks from the Radisson about some new things happening right across the river. Also, we are going to talk about the ReelAbilities Film Festival. Really exciting, expecting like thousands and thousands of people. You don't want to miss that. First, we're going to talk to someone who hasn't been here for a while, Sister Victoria Straughn. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And thank you for coming. So you're here as the Clinical Research Coordinator for the Clinical and Translational Research Training at the University of Cincinnati.
That is correct.
That's a long name.
It is it is a long name, but I can slow it down for you just a little bit.
All right, good.
So what that means when we're talking about translational research, our whole goal and aim is to translate research into layman terms for general public.
So that everybody understands.
So that everybody understands it.
I love that.
And so what we have found is that we've got very, very good research going on, but our researchers talk research terms, and a lot of times their language is different. So if they're talking to you or me, sometimes people don't understand it.
Right.
So our goal is to make sure that the community is educated about what that means, what they're saying, what it means for you.
I love
right?
this. This is kind of new. I haven't heard of anyone else doing something like that.
And that's why we're kind of doing this push right now. So we've kind of designed a program, and it was kind of we were brainstorming. It was kind of out of my thought where people see where the researchers are saying, come join this research study if you have an acre of pain here and there.
Right.
Sometimes there's money involved. If you complete the study, you get paid $500, $600 or whatever. Sometimes people might be looking at that acre of pain as, I really need to do something about it. Sometimes people do it because I need that money.
Right,
right?
yeah.
Easy to fall into that. However,
and I was going to say, you said 500 or 600. I've seen research studies that offer like several thousand where people have to spend the night.
Let me tell you, there's been some I said, I might want to join. Right? So we know that that's out there, but the educational piece to really, really get people to understand, what that means for you. What is the risk? What is the benefit? We want people to understand what has happened in the past and then what regulations have been put in place today. So you're looking at research past, research present, and the regulations that have been put in place that can really, really protect you. But you need to be informed on what to look for, what questions to ask. You look at your own self personally, what kind of medications you're on. If you're a healthy adult and you're taking just a multivitamin, you need to disclose that. Right? Because they're looking for how well does this medication or product actually work.
Right.
But we can't know that if people don't disclose properly, or if people are on medications that they don't want to disclose, or if you have not been properly diagnosed. So there are some things we want people to know.
You know, the other thing I was thinking about, that most of these studies have placebos as well. And so someone who's thinking, oh, this is a great clinical trial because I've got whatever ailment and I really want to get this new treatment, you may or may not get that new treatment depending on which group you're in. So people need to understand that.
That's right. So one piece of that, Jan, and I'm glad you mentioned that, everything has to be spelled out to the participant who's signing up. And so it will outline all of that in your consent form. So we do have a session in there, how to read your consent form, right?
Oh, good.
So
instead of just signing it.
Instead of just signing it.
Because everybody does that. We just sign it.
Listen, I've dealt with consent forms that have 6 pages, 7 pages, right? So you don't want to sit someone down and just kind of start going over this 7-page document and say, here, sign it. So we want people to be able to engage that whole process. What does this mean? What does that mean? How does it work with my medical record? Is my medical record involved in this? And so
what and are you going to talk about the rights to see one's medical record as well?
Absolutely.
Okay,
people need to understand their medical record belongs to them, right?
Yeah.
So we really want people to understand, because I think once you get knowledge, it helps you engage on all levels.
And you can make a good decision. I mean,
you can make an informed decision.
Right.
And a lot of people tend not to. They hesitate to ask questions when they should. Maybe they're not so comfortable with their physician, or maybe they're not comfortable with the researcher they're working with.
Or just questioning authority.
Yes.
But let's talk about
exactly.
let's talk about this seminar, this workshop that you're doing to cover all this. It starts in March. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it starts in March. Now we're going to do it's 3 to 4 90-minute sessions. We're doing it at the summit at New Prospect Baptist Church. And so we want to make sure that people understand that we're doing this to the public, free and open. They can call me and I can sign them up at the number that's there on the screen, 558-2149.
And tell us again.
The program again starts March 7th through the 28th. It's only on a Tuesday, New Prospect Baptist Church. And we hope to get people out, and if they have any questions, they can always call me.
And give us your number again.
Again, 513-558-2149. Call Victoria, and I'll answer any questions you have and get you signed up if you're interested.
So anyone interested in being in a clinical trial or who has questions generally about research needs to come so that they can get informed.
I'm looking for people who want to be informed about this whole process.
Right.
We have to be at the table.
Yeah, and I know we're running out of time, but I would say as African Americans, we have a history of not being trusting, maybe because of that syphilis experiment.
Very real.
And, you know, and we've been hearing about that generation after generation, and it is very real. And so we really need to be educated about this whole clinical trial process.
That's what we plan to do.
Okay, so it starts in March, and as you said, it's March 7th through...
It's just every Tuesday in March. It'll be 3 to 4 Tuesdays in March, 90 minutes. We're going to feed you.
How nice.
Because it's in the evening time, so we want to make sure, you know, if you're coming in, you're a little hungry.
Okay.
But we really want people to come and engage, those who want to learn about this process, some who are thinking about it, some who may have already participated in one. We're looking for people who want to engage and want to know more about this particular system.
This is a great idea. This is wonderful. Now, I know we don't have time to talk about post-traumatic stress disorder, but you're going to come back and talk all the things that have been happening in our neighborhood, especially with our children.
Absolutely.
You're going to come back and talk about that really soon. I know Jeff is going to get you scheduled.
Absolutely.
So, all right. Thank you, Sister Victoria.
Thank you.
Stick with us. Tavika will be right back to talk about what's happening over the river. Be back in a moment.
Welcome back. I'm Michael Bobo, and I'm here today with Lamont Ford, the Director of Sales and Marketing at the Radisson, as well as Sherri Young, the Senior Sales Manager. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having us back.
Thank you so much for being here. You guys have been here discussing some things and renovations that's going on over at the hotel down on the riverfront. Give us a little information.
We have. The first time we came, we were discussing the beginning stages of the renovation. Now we're at phase 3. We're almost complete. We can see the finish line. And we wanted to come back and share that with everyone and let them know that the hotel's almost done with all the renovations. We want you guys to come over and take a look at what we have to offer.
Okay, and give us some of the items that you have to offer that's new that wasn't there before.
Absolutely. We've done a complete 360, and there is a pun since we are running a hotel. We've done a complete renovation for our restaurant upstairs, and if anyone is familiar with the property, we have a revolving rooftop restaurant, and it's absolutely amazing. And then we also have completed our ballroom and new items in our ballroom.
And you still have different weather, like is the weather
We actually have the Channel 5 weather tower on top of the building. And we have a host of different things going on at the hotel. And we're just so excited that all these things are going on, and we want to share it with everyone. And just kind of differentiate ourselves from the other hotels in the market and what we have to offer.
Okay. Now, you mentioned you did come out to talk about as well about the lounge area that you have.
The lounge
downstairs.
area, yes. We have. We're renovating our lobby, and we're going to have another restaurant on our lobby floor that's going to have live music every day of the week. It's going to be open. We're opening, widening the area so it's more visible when you walk in. Kind of a true lounge. When you come in, you just want to sit down and just relax a little bit. You don't necessarily have to be a guest of the hotel. You just want to come in and relax and maybe have an adult beverage or 2 or 3 and just relax a little bit and listen to some music. And that's what we're planning to have for you by the end of April.
Okay, that's coming up soon then.
Real soon, real soon.
As well. Okay. Now, you also have had some interesting events at your location that most hotels don't normally have. Give us a little information about that.
We are the official partner of the Premier MMA. which is mixed martial arts. We have that at our hotel. In fact, we just had one. It was maybe 500 or 600 people. It was absolutely phenomenal. A lot of folks came in and got a chance to experience some of the things that we have to offer at the hotel. And we also have professional boxing as well. So we kind of toggle every other month with something live and something kind of important, the way we feel about it, because it gets kids off the street. These guys are working hard to provide solutions for these kids, these at-risk youth, and we're proud of it. So we have partnered with them, and we're really excited about it.
So how can another organization, if they're interested, possibly reach you to do an event similar to those events?
Absolutely. The young lady that I have to my right side here, this is Sherri Young, my senior sales manager. And if you have some groups or corporate entities looking to make contact with us, they can reach out to her.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, great. And what are some of the other items that you want to see in the future coming up, as far as like, is there a specific type of genre you might look for music, or?
Well, we're going to start off with really mellow jazz and R&B, but we're going to kind of put the feeler out there for all genres of music. We wanted to kind of reach everyone, and we don't want to drill down to one specific genre of music. We want everyone to be happy when they come in and view our lounge and just kind of relax.
Okay. Do people have to do reservations for the restaurants?
No. Well, the reservations, yes, it would help, because it helps with kind of monitoring that process. But our lower lounge, yeah and no. If we want you to come and just relax, there's some reservations if you want to have a more intimate setting. But if you're looking just to come and just let your hair down for a little while before you go home, you could do that too without a reservation.
Okay. What are some of the specialty items you might have at your restaurant?
In fact, we are revamping the menu at our lobby restaurant. It's going to be more of the brick oven pizzas. Yeah,
I love those.
Yes, they're really good. You can tell. But we're going to do the brick oven pizzas. We're going to still continue to do wings and burgers and sliders. But we're going to put our stamp on those brick oven pizzas, something we've never done before, and it seemed to be really popular in the area.
Okay, and explain a little bit about these pictures we're looking at here.
This is a picture of our revolving steakhouse restaurant up top. Just kind of give you an idea of the view and the renovations that we've already made. And it's absolutely amazing. It's just a romantic setting, professional. This is actually a picture of our ballroom. This is where the premier MMA and the boxing and everything takes place, but we're really good at flipping the room, and if you want to do something elegant for a wedding or family reunion, you could have that as well.
Yes, family reunions are always done at hotels and everything.
Absolutely.
So, and give us information about your phone number.
They can reach me directly at 859-292-1072.
Okay, repeat the number one more time for me.
859-292-1072.
Okay. If they contact you, they just leave you the voicemail, or you'll call them back or something?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I can.
Great. Thank you so much, Lamont and Sherri, for being with us today. Come back and let us know in April how everything
She never
goes.
leaves, so she's always there, so you can always reach her.
All right, we'll make sure we do that. Now we're going to have a moment in Black history.
WLWT celebrates moments in Cincinnati Black history.
The Black Brigade of Cincinnati was a military unit that was organized during the Civil War. In September of 1862, these men worked together with local men to erect an 8-mile defensive line from Ludlow to Fort Thomas to defend against the Confederate invasion of northern Kentucky. The defensive effort resulted in a great victory.
Welcome back. Well, I'm really excited. We're going to talk about the ReelAbilities Film Festival. More than 30 films in 40 days right here at Duke Energy Convention Center, March 9th through 12th. Am I right? Yes. Okay, so let me welcome Jesse Byerly. Thank you so much for coming. And Melissa Milinovich. Did I get that name right? Woo, okay. All right, so ReelAbilities Film Festival has just exploded. It's huge, and it's one of the most exciting things we actually do here in Cincinnati. So tell me how both of you got involved with it.
So I'm the multimedia specialist for ReelAbilities, and I've been in charge of a lot of the branding and making sure that our filmmakers are taken care of. It's been a lot of fun planning out a lot of these events, a lot of parties, a lot of films.
Yeah,
so
lots of parties, right?
Yeah.
Right, lots of parties.
And Melissa is on the screening committee and has done a lot of work.
Yeah, I want to hear about the screening because, you know, I mean, so you have more than 30 films coming, right? But how many did you have to screen and how did that work?
I don't remember how many I screened individually, but it was a lot. And there were films from all over the world. Wow. So it was very interesting to see different countries' perspectives compared to ours. But the films are just awesome. Any of them you come to see, you'll enjoy.
So what was the criteria for choosing? I mean, I just, you know, I can't imagine. I just think that would be so difficult. And we should say it's not just you, it was you and this whole committee,
it's a whole committee
of people. But how did you guys decide which films to choose?
So we had a rating system, and there were a lot of different criteria on the rating system. But the most important thing that we wanted was we did not want films that were what we called inspiration porn. We wanted
inspiration porn.
Yes.
Okay, hadn't heard that term.
We want to show that people with disabilities are just the same as everyone else. They just may do things differently.
Oh, I like that. That's wonderful. So let's, you know, we're going to, Jeff has put together kind of collage of some of the films that were chosen. So this won't be all, but this will be a quick snippet.
Yes, we're going to have a lot of really awesome films. It shows a variety of people of different ages, different backgrounds, different stories, but they're all a celebration of people's identity and who they are despite, you know, whoever they are. It doesn't really matter, you know. So it's a really fun event. A lot of art films, a lot of narrative. We have documentary, we have short films. Really films for any age. Some are only for adults, and then some we have family-friendly shorts. Yes. So there's really something for everyone, and I think, you know, I know if you come, you will have a great time.
Oh, Jeff did a good job putting that together. That's fantastic. I'm like, oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to see these movies. But so, and I'm glad you mentioned, Jesse. Some are for adults, some are for children. So how do we know? Do you have a list and the ratings for them?
Yeah. So we have some that are they're family fun shorts. So we're going to have that twice. You can find that on cincyra.org, CINCY.
Okay, Cincy. .org, and of course we'll link people through WLWT.com. Yeah. That's an easy one though. Okay. Yeah. All right, so then people can pick the film and actually on cincyra.org you're going to have the schedule for the showings. Okay. So I know. So I'm hosting one at 5 o'clock on March 9th, and I understand some of the stars are coming, and there's going to be a panel. It's the film challenge. So tell us about that. I'm excited.
Yeah. Thank you. First of all, thank you so much for doing that.
Oh,
I think
thanks for
it's going to be a
asking me.
lot of fun.
I am pumped.
That's really
I'm
cool.
really
We're going to have Nick Novicki and John Lawson. Both of them are big actors who have done shows and films in Hollywood. So I mean, they're really operating at a high level. And so they're coming in and they're doing a panel and showing films from their Disability Film Challenge that Nick Novicki started. And it uses, it's a platform for people to make films. It's kind of like the ones that we're showing at ReelAbilities, that are a celebration of identity and people's own stories. So.
And the audience gets to interact, right? I mean, this is really what I'm excited about. Yeah, the audience gets to interact with the panelists. So there's like Q&A and discussion. And you know, isn't that really the real beauty of this art in general? I mean, we're really helping people understand each other and kind of break down some boundaries and tear down some walls. I mean,
yeah, that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, I think mainstream media has a habit of portraying people with disabilities as second-class citizens, people who need help, people who need pity, and you know, we're just like everybody else. Right. We just do things in a different way.
Right, I love that. Yeah, it's not really a disability. You know, people just people are differently abled, really.
Right.
You know,
different like you.
Yeah, just right, exactly. I love that. So now tell us, how do we get tickets? Where do we go? How do folks sign up? And Jeff said, don't forget the phone number. Okay, and we've got all this written on the screen for those who are watching on television. For those on the radio, I need Melissa and Jesse to tell us what we see.
Sure. So the ReelAbilities Film Festival, one more time so you guys know, is March 9th through 12th, 2017 at the Duke Energy Center downtown, 525 Elm Street. And if you'd like more information, you can call us at 513-861-5233.
Give us
And
that number again, Jesse.
absolutely. The number again, one more time, is 513-861-5233. And you can go to cincyra.org/tickets.
Oh, great. Okay. So so we're doing film screening. I want people to understand there are lots of parties going on too. I mean, this is like a big Hollywood style thing. There's a zombie party. I remember hearing about that. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. So people really need to go to cincyra.org, which will link you to through WLWT.com, so they can see all the cool stuff that's going on. But it's March 9th through 12th. We don't want people to miss it. Thousands and thousands of people are coming. I mean, this is no joke. This is the real thing. Hollywood and Cincinnati, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, thank you so much for coming, both of you. Really appreciate it. We'll see you March 9th.
Cool.
All right.
Thank you.
Stick with us. We'll be back in a moment, and we have a Black History special for you.
WLWT celebrates moments in Cincinnati Black history.
McAllister Street near Lytle Park, running just one block, was a busy hub for the Black community in Cincinnati from the mid-1800s to the early 1900s, in particular the Dumas House. It was home to the first Black-owned hotel in Cincinnati. Information was traded at the Dumas and used by the Underground Railroad.
Here's to Michael Bobo with community events.
First up, we have Reignite Your Destiny, a seminar workshop, Saturday, February 25th, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. This will be hosted by Otis Williams, a world champion Toastmaster, and that will be at the Marriott Cincinnati, Midtown Rookwood, located at 3813 Edwards Road. $197 for the first 50, $207 after the first 50. For more information, call 600-5691. Next up, we have the 2017 Findlay Community Dinner, Thursday, March 9th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the St. Joseph Catholic Church, Father Rivers Hall, located at 745 Ezra Charles Drive. This is free and open to the public. For more information, call 410-5391. And last up, we have De La Dance 2017, March 3rd, 4th, 10th, and 11th at the Theater De La Dance Center, located at 5141 Kennedy Avenue. Tickets are $25. Seniors are $20. College students with IDs are $15. For other tickets and information, call 871-0914.
That's great. A lot going on.
A lot going on.
Yeah. So, and I want to thank everybody who came to the Daddy-Daughter Dinner Dance. It was fabulous.
I know, I'm sad.
Oversold at 1,000. It was wonderful. And thank you, Channel 5, for covering it. So, hey, have a great week. Stay safe and stay positive.